Now, Good Morning Northwest, another day, another mass shooting in California. What we have learned this morning about this latest deadly rampage and the man behind it.
It's going to be a cold, cloudy day today, then mild. Then the Arctic air comes in with another winter weather push. We're going to have the details on all this timing coming your way.
And Spokane's large homeless camp is shrinking, but when might it close for good? We asked the mayor. You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Good morning and thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, January 24th. Let's check in with Mark and your first alert forecast for this Tuesday.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Well, less frost than we had a couple days ago. We're sitting at 29 degrees and we've been hovering between 29 and 30. We're going to continue to have some pretty mild weather, but it's going to be cold. Isolated showers or flurries, mainly into the higher elevations. Cloudy and cold. An average high is 35. We're only going to hit 31. Snow, light snow coming in Friday into Saturday, and then it's not a cold snap. It's that Arctic air that's coming in next week. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So we look at the forecast radar. We've got the cloud cover, no doubt about it, and we're going to stay in the clouds, and we're going to have a little bit of energy coming in through North Idaho and northeastern Washington. Out of that and a low cloud deck, we could see a flurry. We're not expecting anything big out of it. 31 will be our forecast high. Get downtown, it'll be 34, and we'll see that translate to 34s over into Coeur d'Alene. So here's our day today. The cloud cover, the cool temperatures, 31 will be our high today.
Camp Hope is shrinking. At its peak over the summer, the camp was home to more than 600 people.
Now that number is 138 and dropping. Not only has the size of the camp shrunk by a considerable amount, the Department of Transportation says more than 48,000 pounds of trash have been removed from the site. It's an improvement, but the efforts to completely clear this land are ongoing. Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward tells us she expects the camp to be completely empty sometime in 2023.
Do you foresee this being decommissioned by the end of this year?
Oh, absolutely. So that's the end goal, is to get everybody into appropriate housing and to be able to decommission that encampment, but to make sure that we don't see another encampment take its place.
A part of the progress that's been made on reducing the number of people staying at Camp Hope is partly due to the amount of shelter beds that have become available in the city. Well, outrage and a call for justice this morning over the murder of an 82-year-old man who lived near Deer Park. The body of Richard Purdy was found in his home the day after Christmas.
Police say the man accused of killing Purdy, Gary Alt, is seen on video kicking and bear spraying 2 women in downtown Spokane. Now, Purdy's family says they feel let down by the justice system. The Washington Department of Corrections record shows Alt had 14 felony convictions prior to his most recent arrest in December. After Alt served 46 months in prison, he was let out on community supervision.
They just keep spitting them back out and into the public, and part of their duty is to protect the community from career criminals. And I don't think they're doing that. They just spit them back out and keep running them through. I mean, how many's too many?
Michael Shaw says his uncle, Richard Purdy, was always a positive person who was kind to the people he knew. He says it's sickening that this random attack happened near his community and to someone he cares so much about. He believes Alt's motivation was based on a crime of passion, asking for change in the criminal justice system so that this does not happen in other communities. 4 News Now reached out to the Spokane County Public Defender's Office for comment. Attorneys there declined to comment.
And new from the Breaking Now desk, we're tracking details on a series of deadly shootings out of California. A man accused of killing 7 people at 2 San Francisco area landscaping nurseries is now in custody. And police in Oakland are searching for tips after 8 people were shot and 1 person killed at a gas station there. These shootings come less than 48 hours after 11 people were shot to death during a Lunar New Year celebration near Los Angeles. At this point, California is now counting 3 mass shootings since Saturday, the latest being yesterday's shooting in Northern California. Law enforcement responded to 2 fatal shootings at nearby landscaping nurseries in the city of Half Moon Bay. Just after 2 o'clock Monday afternoon, authorities called to 1 nursery found 4 victims shot to death. A 5th person was rushed to a hospital with life-threatening injuries. Soon after, 3 more people were found shot and killed at another nursery.
When it comes home to you like this in a small town like this, it really does bring it home, and it's just deplorable.
The suspect arrested for the San Francisco shootings is 67-year-old Chun-Li Zhao. At this moment, authorities are still searching for a motive, but Zhao is believed to have worked at one of the two nurseries. He is reportedly cooperating. Now, this shooting came as residents in Monterey Park gathered yesterday to honor the lives lost in Saturday's mass shooting.
Needed to do this so that our community will have a chance to express our grief and to express our sympathy to the victims.
I really needed to see my community members come together and kind of form that community back up.
Those who showed up to last night's vigil joined in a moment of silence, followed by a song in solidarity. And others are creating ways to support no matter where you are. Asian Americans Advancing Justice Southern California started a GoFundMe in honor of the victims. So far, they've raised more than $300,000. We are now 3 weeks into 2023, and California's recent shootings make for a total of 38 mass shootings across the U.S. this year. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thank you. New on Good Morning Northwest, the former head of counterintelligence for the FBI's New York field office was charged in 2 separate indictments yesterday. Charles McGonigal is accused of violating U.S. sanctions, conspiracy, and money laundering for working with a Russian oligarch after he retired from the FBI. He pleaded not guilty through his attorney in New York. That Russian oligarch, Oleg Deripaska, was sanctioned for interfering with the 2016 U.S. presidential election. He was mentioned dozens of times in special counsel Robert Mueller's report, which said he is closely aligned with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
We have changed the design of KXLY.com. You'll be able to see more high-quality video, navigate the homepage easily, and see the forecast you need to plan your day on the homepage. To watch live newscasts and breaking digital coverage, click the Watch Now button at the top of the page. Check out the new and improved website. It's KXLY.com anytime you'd like.
And maybe bear with us as we work through the bugs of getting used to a new system.
It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take a little bit. We'll get it. It's now 6:07.
All right, we're sending it back over to Mark Peterson, checking some winds around the region.
So we don't have a ton of wind. Temperatures are down, though, by 5 to 10 degrees with the 6, 7, 8 mile-an-hour wind.
That didn't take much.
Yeah, so if you've got to wait out there for a bus or you're walking someplace, make sure you're dressed appropriately. School bus, perhaps. We'll have that full forecast coming up.
And the great Taylor Swift Ticketmaster ticketing fiasco finds itself on Capitol Hill. Why the U.S. Senate is investigating right after this break.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Chewelah Casino continues to be the place that treats you right in 2023. Earn entries now by playing your favorite games to win a share of $8,600 cash and a big screen smart TV. Prize drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, January 28th. Sports betting, table games, food, and jackpots. Chewelah Casino, we are the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking, north of Spokane on Highway 395.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
When we designed the all-new Honda Pilot Trail Sport, we made it adventure ready. With features like off-road tuned suspension, an enhanced all-wheel drive system, all-terrain tires, and Trail Watch. So you can blaze new trails. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, the most off-road capable Honda SUV ever.
Looking for quality and experience? Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic has been providing personalized care to their clients for over 30 years. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, they do it all. With competitive costs and quality service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling. Weather Alert Days on 4 News Now.
That means weather that could be a threat to your family's safety.
The First Alert Weather Team pinpoints the most impactful and dangerous days, warning you early, on air and online. Weather Alert Days, another way we're keeping you safe on 4 News Now.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections. Sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
It's our annual Red Hot Clear the Lot blowout sale at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The family of an Ohio college student who died of alcohol poisoning has reached what's being called a record $3 million settlement with the school.
The hazing scandal at Bowling Green State has paved the way for changes when it comes to Greek life. 20-year-old Stone Foles died in March of 2021 after attending a Pi Kappa Alpha initiation off campus. The university investigation found the fraternity had a tradition where new members drank or tried to drink an entire bottle of alcohol by themselves. 8 former frat members were found guilty on or pleaded guilty to charges ranging from reckless homicide to hazing and giving alcohol to a minor. Along with the settlement, the university and family saying they now have a joint mission, eradicating hazing in Ohio and across the nation.
Today, a Senate committee takes up the issue of concert ticket sales after the debacle that plagued the rollout of Taylor Swift's upcoming tour. Senators are looking into whether one company, Ticketmaster, has too much control of the industry. It currently controls more than 70% of the market. Ticketmaster blamed the Taylor Swift fiasco on high demand, claiming the website saw more than 3.5 billion requests.
And we are getting closer to lab-grown meat on our tables. One leader in the industry, called Upside, has won a key approval from the FDA, calling its chicken product safe for humans.
12 minutes past 6 o'clock, your 10-second takeaway. It's another cold day. We're going to have temperatures that will not hit freezing officially. Winter layers today as you head out. We're going to see 34 downtown, but officially 31.
A new carbon tax law went into effect January 1st. Companies that produce CO2 emissions now have to pay a fee.
That extra cost, though, could be passed down to you, which means higher bills for oil, natural gas, propane, and even at the pump. A woman 4 News Now spoke to says it's a challenge.
These prices being so out of range, ridiculously high, what we can resort to doing.
Jan Bush, who you just heard from, is retired and living on a fixed income. She says she paid more than $500 for 90 gallons of oil back in November, and now that price is going up even more. People won't find out the actual cost of the tax until it's released by the Department of Ecology at the end of February, so companies are left playing the guessing game for now. Experts say there could be some uncertainty for some time, so they encourage you to reach out to your legislatures. And you can watch Vanessa Perez's full story on that on our website, KXLY.com. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:13.
A blood drive to save lives inspired by a special Spokane Marine. Destiny Richards is live with that story coming up right after this break.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie home buyers who don't have experience you can count on. We Buy Ugly Houses has been buying houses as is for almost 3 decades. Call or click to sell quick.
In therapy, there is promise. Each step forward is an achievement and a gift of hope. And at each hurdle, an encouraging hand. Joya, every child is limitless.
Would you like sparkling or tap?
Well, actually...
Dad, no.
Showtime.
We brought our own, filtered by Culligan's reverse osmosis system.
Every time?
Like clockwork. Do you guys want glasses for that?
Yeah.
At Culligan, we get that most people don't think about water like we do, and that's okay. See, when we install a drinking water filtration system, we're thinking about filtering up to 60 potentially harmful contaminants, so you can just think about drinking safer, better tasting water. At Culligan, we think about your water, so you don't have to.
Country Homes Power, Spokane's #1 source for quality hot tubs and swim spas, has truckloads arriving from the top American-made spa manufacturers just in time for spring. Now is the time to reserve your new hot tub or swim spa. Get to Country Homes Power today.
Right now, lease a 2022 GMC Sierra for $495 a month, and GE will include a $500 rebate and a $1,500 lease loyalty rebate for qualified buyers. The Sierra features a 310 horsepower high output engine and 8-speed automatic transmission, best-in-class crew cab, stylish 20-inch wheels, and much more. Come see the selection of new Sierras just off I-90 at George G. Buick GMC, the top volume GMC Buick dealer in Washington State.
Whatever plans you have, whatever future you imagine for yourself, Idaho's public colleges and universities are here for your journey. Here to help you explore and develop your potential and expand your vision for what's possible. Here so that you can take advantage of opportunities presented by Idaho businesses and industries that want and need your talents. Here for you, for us, for Idaho.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie home buyers who don't have experience you can count on. We Buy Ugly Houses has been buying houses as is for almost 3 decades. Call or click to sell quick.
Welcome back. This week, you can donate blood in honor of a local hero.
Lutheran Community Services is hosting a blood drive with Vitalant to honor a fallen Marine from Spokane, Sergeant Jacob Hess. Destiny Richards is live at Vitalant with details on this special blood drive that is honoring his memory as a blood donor.
That's right. Sergeant Jacob Hess was a blood donor, blood platelet donor, and a bone marrow donor. So very special to be having this blood drive in honor of him. And it's the 8th one with Lutheran Community Services. We're here with Kirsten Lyons this morning, who is Jacob's mother. Tell us a little bit about just this blood drive being held for so many years, how all of this got started.
Oh, the first year, you know, his birthday came so soon after his loss. A couple of friends of ours put a blood drive together, and it just seemed like the perfect way to acknowledge a tough day. And so we've been doing it on or around his birthday ever since, just encouraging people to come out and give in the ways that you can and maybe follow his example in donating blood and platelets and signing up for Be the Match if you can, but just, again, giving to people in the ways that you can.
Yeah, and what do you want people to know? Obviously, people are going to be a part of this blood drive that have never met Jacob. What do you want people to know about him and just the kind of...
You know, he was very straightforward. If there was something that you could do to help somebody else, then maybe you should, or at least try. And so we just encourage people to come out. If you never donated before, if you're a regular donor, the blood drive is a great time to come and enjoy lots of his favorite foods. We bring, it's just, again, a good way to acknowledge a tough day. And, you know, the most important thing is that, you know, my son died and I miss him every moment of every day. But if someone else's can live because there are blood products available when they need them, I mean, what better gift can you give? So that's really what we encourage to celebrate his birthday and celebrate his life and the legacy of love and life that he left.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And there is a blood drive this Thursday and on February 12th. Coming up later, we'll talk about other ways that you can become a regular blood donor and, again, just keep Jacob's memory alive. I'll send it back to you guys.
So beautifully said.
And what more motivation could you need than that, right? All right. Once again, you are taking a look at downtown Spokane here. We're about an hour away from sunrise here this morning.
Yeah.
How about that? You know, look at you. You're dialing it in there.
Keeping track, baby.
Yeah, those days get longer.
All right, we're talking about some light winds, nothing major, but enough that it affects how it affects your skin. So we got some wind chills. It's going to feel like it's in the low to mid 20s throughout the day when actuality it's in around 30 degrees. So again, wearing some layers, you're heading out this morning is only going to help you. Tonight, temperature's down to 26 in actual temperature. Winds are going to be light still. We could see a little patchy freezing fog tomorrow, but we're not looking for a big event. Some of the bigger events happening around the nation. First of all, we still have a little bit of light snow into the Great Lakes. Not going to be a big deal. It's south. Severe thunderstorm activity, snow potential into parts of Oklahoma, and we're going to see that cold weather that dips down continue to make its way into New England. windy into the southeast, and Santa Ana winds into Southern California. So those are going to be gusting in excess of 40 miles an hour. For us right now, calm winds for the most part, to about 6-7 miles an hour. 29 is right now, 31 into Coeur d'Alene. St. Mary's 29. We do have colder temperatures out there. Winthrop, again, this winter, you've been winning the award. 17 degrees, while it's 23 in the Tri-Cities. Moses Lake sitting at 22. All right, the 4-day forecast. Let's put this into works so that you can see what we can expect towards the end of the week. First of all, we're going to have a little bit of light snow. That's going to happen Wednesday, mainly into the mountains of Idaho and along Montana. High pressure is going to build in, relatively dry. Again, higher elevations there. Friday morning, now we see that chance of snow increasing and hanging with us Friday into Saturday. That will push out and that cold air will move in. Our high state, now into the valley, you're going to be in the mid-30s, 34 degrees, Liberty Lake 34, Coeur d'Alene, you're there too. But then we head west, going to be a little colder. Temperatures into the low 30s. The planning forecast, planning on temperatures, again, 31, 35 on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So these are very seasonal temperatures, average for this time of year. And then we have that light snow Friday, Saturday, but it's Sunday, Monday that we get the colder temperatures. So I adjusted the temperature trend drop-off so that you can see where it's going to be 15 as we get into Tuesday for the daytime high. So the mid-30s are average. And then the ride.
Ouch.
And then the ride. So this is where we need to make sure that some of the newborn calves are taken care of, that our animals are being taken care of. That if we were using the outside water spigot, make sure to turn those off, disconnect the hose, and get things ready for another winter blast. Arctic blast.
If that were an actual slide, that's like when your stomach goes up into your chest there, right? Because that's a steep drop off.
Oh, it is now 6:21. Gonzaga dropped 8 spots in this week's AP Top 25. What it could mean for the Zags NCAA tournament seed.
And Rui Hachimura is heading back to the West Coast. We'll tell you who the former Zag will be suiting up for following a big NBA trade next. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here in your Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Are you looking for a credit card with rewards? Well, we've made it simple. Take advantage of 0% on new purchases like pizza for 6 months. So go on, reward yourself with a Premier Rewards MasterCard from P1 FCU.
It's back. If the Gonzaga men's basketball team wins the 2023 National Championship, Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning will refund all eligible equipment purchased from Bill's Heating and Air between January 15th and March 15th. Yes, you heard that right. So call today and get your new instant hot water tank, furnace, or AC unit. Treat yourself to heated floors or many of the other products we offer at Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Terms and conditions apply. Go to callbillsheating.com for more.
That's good advice. Checkmate.
If you've been seriously injured, the attorneys by your side may be the difference whether you win or lose. Let us help you make the right moves to win your case. Craig Swap and Associates. One call, that's all.
Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Fire flambe or perfectly seared filet, just like the pros. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. You get it all. An incredible value.
To order, call 1-800-898-8021. That's 1-800-898-8021. Or order online at buygranitestone.com.
Are you looking for a credit card with rewards? Well, we've made it simple. Take advantage of 0% on new purchases like pizza for 6 months. So go on, reward yourself with a Premier Rewards MasterCard from P1 FCU.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. Gonzaga has some serious work to do if they want to be one of the top seeds in March. The Bulldogs dropped to number 14 in the latest AP poll following the loss to LMU last week. The Bulldogs defeated Pacific over the weekend, but the Zags are now a projected 3 seed according to ESPN's bracketology. A Gonzaga fan favorite has found a new home. Former Gonzaga basketball player Rui Hachimura has been traded to the Los Angeles Lakers to play alongside NBA superstar LeBron James. The Lakers sent guard Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round draft picks to the Washington Wizards in exchange for Hachimura. Hachimura was the 9th pick of the 2019 NBA draft after leaving Gonzaga following his junior season. Hachimura was an All-American and West Coast Conference Player of the Year during his time in Spokane. Washington State safety Armani Marsh has declared for the NFL draft. Marsh is a 2-time All-Pac-12 honorable mention who started in 31 games during his career at WSU. Marsh is also a Spokane native. He won a state championship at Gonzaga Prep during his junior year in high school. Draft Tech listed Marsh as a top 300 NFL prospect. And the NFL draft will be April 27th to the 29th in Kansas City. That'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
Armani Marsh, a great example of a guy that just kept believing in himself and got better and better and better. Good morning, Northwest. Time is now 6:26.
As we go to a commercial break, check out today's what's coming up this morning on Good Morning America, starting at 7 o'clock today, this morning.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a massive legal settlement in the fight against college hazing.
Nothing's going to bring back Stone.
The family of a 20-year-old Bowling Green State University student who died from alcohol poisoning while pledging a fraternity is on a mission.
When we walked into the hospital and Stone was on a bed with all the tubes and the ventilator and everything hooked up on him, Sherry whispered to him that she would not let this happen to another family or another student. And it was that point that we dedicated everything we can to help other families from seeing one of their loved ones go through this tragedy.
So what will the settlement mean for other campuses across the country? It's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
There's a different way to treat HIV. It's every other month injectable Cabenuva. For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month.
Cabenuva helps keep me undetectable. It's 2 injections given by my healthcare provider every other month.
It's one less thing to think about while traveling.
HIV pills aren't on my mind. A quick change in my plans is no big deal.
Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or if you're taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems or mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. If you switch to Cabenuva, attend all treatment appointments.
Every other month, and I'm good to go.
Ask your doctor about every other month Cabenuva.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Chowila Casino continues to be the place that treats you right in 2023. Earn entries now by playing your favorite games to win a share of $8,600 cash and a big screen smart TV. Prize drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, January 28th. Sports betting, table games, food, and jackpots. Chowila Casino, we are the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking, north of Spokane on Highway 395.
This February, Hagedorn Marine Group is giving away a free pontoon boat. Join us at the 2023 Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo, February 1st through the 6th, for a chance to win a 2023 Barletta pontoon boat. Every attendee will be entered to win, and one lucky winner will walk away with a new $70,000 boat guaranteed. Tickets are free to the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo. It's taking place February 1st through the 6th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sign up at cdaboatexpo.com. Other exclusions may apply.
Go, Chiefs, go! Catton. He's got Weinstein driving the net. Catton comes in, shoots, and scores!
Quick shot, rebound.
This Friday, January 27th in the Spokane Arena, it's Gold Seal Plumbing Princesses and Heroes Night. Your Spokane Chiefs take on the Seattle Thunderbirds. Bring the kids and take pictures with your favorite Disney princesses and heroes. For tickets and game times, go to SpokaneChiefs.com. That's SpokaneChiefs.com.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now Story Tracker has the stories you are reading about this morning.
Popular on KXY.com, Spokane police responded to 3 violent assaults within just hours of each other, arresting 2 people. The first one happened Sunday afternoon around 4 o'clock on West Main in downtown, where a 16-year-old was arrested. Another happened on West Pacific, leading to the arrest of 29-year-old James Wyman. And finally, a stabbing at 7 o'clock near West 4th and South Maple that remains unsolved. None of the injuries were life-threatening, and it doesn't appear that any of the assaults were related.
3 members of the Oath Keepers and a 4th person associated with the far-right militia group were convicted of seditious conspiracy by a Washington, D.C. jury for their role in the January 6th insurrection. The 4 men were accused of plotting to stop the certification of President Joe Biden's 2020 Electoral College victory, a conspiracy that culminated in the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Convictions are another win for the Justice Department, which brought the rare charge against members of the far-right militia early last year.
Good Morning America anchor Michael Strahan can add another honor to his lengthy resume. The Emmy winner and former NFL player was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame Monday. It's the first star dedicated in the sports entertainment category. In addition to being a GMA anchor and an NFL analyst, Strahan currently hosts the primetime game show $100,000 Pyramid.
Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Tuesday, January the 24th. Mark Peterson here with a look at that first alert forecast. And starting out cold, not going to get much warmer.
No, we're not going to see much rise in the thermometer today. We're starting now at 31 with a dry sky into Coeur d'Alene. We're sitting at 29 degrees with a fairly low cloud deck and could see an isolated flurry out of that. 4 things you need to know. Today, winds are going to be light, going to be cloudy and cold. Got a little bit of a wind chill out there if you have to spend any length of time outdoors. Snow coming in Friday into Saturday. We're not expecting how much, but we're keeping an eye on it for you. And again, it's the cold next week we're really going to be focusing on. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Forecast radar, cloud cover, certainly. We're going to keep that. And we're going to see the higher elevations of North Idaho into Montana picking up some snow, that northeast corner as well. We're going to see that sort of wrap around just south and east of St. Mary's and then down into parts of the Palouse. 31 our high today, 34 into Coeur d'Alene, Grand Coulee at 34. Pullman, you'll be at 36 degrees. Over the next 12 hours, again, not seeing much rise in the temperatures, but our high today will be a below average 31.
Well, fire crews saved a house from burning near Riverside State Park, but the shop is now destroyed. Firefighters from Spokane and Airway Heights were called to a property on Old Trails Road, south of Marchand Road, yesterday morning. They say thick black smoke filled the air and the building was on fire. You're looking at those flames now. Firefighters had to close the road to bring in equipment to fight the fire and protect the house. Neighbors in the area reported hearing explosions, which may have come from propane tanks on the property. No one was hurt. The cause of this fire is still under investigation.
The Spokane doctor accused of trying to hire a hitman on the dark web is scheduled to be sentenced today. In August, Dr. Ronald Ilg pleaded guilty to making threats using interstate commerce instead of going to trial for trying to use cryptocurrency to hire a hitman to assault one woman and kidnap and extort another. One of those women was his wife. The prosecutor's asking for 8 years in prison. The Hollywood Awards season shifts into high gear this morning.
Yeah, the Oscar nominations have just come in. Sydney Charles is live at the Breaking Now desk with all the details.
That's right. This morning, we're getting a first look at the names of who's been nominated for this year's Academy Awards. Starting off with a look at the nominations for Best Picture. First up is All Quiet on the Western Front. Then we have Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and finally, Women Talking. Moving right along to the nominees for Best Actor now. Austin Butler has been nominated for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brandon Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal is in for Aftersun, and finally, Bill Nye has been nominated for the film Living. Let's also take a look at who's been nominated for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Kate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Everything Everywhere All at Once led with 11 nominations, followed by All Quiet on the Western Front and The Banshees of Inisherin, which tied with 9. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Well, some $20 million worth of looted antiquities are back in Italy thanks to a trafficking unit in New York. Many of these ancient artifacts were trafficked and ended up in the collection of American billionaire Michael Steinhardt, who's been banned for life from acquiring antiquities by the New York City District Attorney.
The music streaming service Spotify says it is cutting 6% of its global workforce. That's about 600 jobs, becoming yet another tech company forced to rethink its pandemic-era expansion amid economic outlook as it weakens. Over the past 3 months, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook parent Meta have announced plans to cut more than 50,000 employees from their workforce.
Since the summer launch of the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, some believe it's transforming the crisis care system thanks to that easier-to-remember 3-digit number. More than 300,000 calls, texts, and chats have come in each month. The average speed to answer calls decreased from 3 minutes in December of 2021 to just 44 seconds this past December. That's according to Lifeline's deputy director.
There's been a lot of demand and a lot of utilization of that service, which really speaks to what we've known all along, that there is a huge need in that population for access to care.
Health experts believe the line has helped reduce stigma and encourage people to seek help. The Lifeline has also seen a lot of demand for a line aimed at the LGBTQ plus community, where youth have the option of being connected with counselors specially trained in their issues. The 988 Lifeline already has a Spanish-speaking sub-network for callers, but there are also plans to add Spanish access to care through chats and texts this year. In Washington, the Native and Strong Crisis Lifeline is a suicide hotline run by an all-Native team designed to address issues specific to American Indians and Alaska Native people. According to the CDC, those groups are disproportionately affected by suicide, and rates among this group consistently surpass those among all other racial and ethnic groups. It's still part of the 988 crisis line. Just dial the extension 4, and your call will be answered by a Native crisis counselor. Yeah, good stuff to have for sure. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:37.
Let's check in with Mark once again. You're looking ahead to the evening already.
Well, we're sitting at 29 degrees right now. Our high today is going to be 31, and this is our evening forecast.
Wow.
Cloudy and 29 degrees. Just not seeing a lot of movement here. Very consistent, but we are going to see some changes. We're going to have those coming your way.
Many pregnant women were hesitant to get COVID-19 vaccines and boosters. After the break, what a new study shows about the protection those vaccines have offered.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
The boats are back. It's a live, in-person show. 4 big days, January 26th to the 29th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. From big to small, you'll see it all. Go to SpokaneBoatShow.com.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we do one thing, and we do it well. We're plumbers. In fact, we're the largest plumbing company in the region, and we're proud to say we've been voted the best plumbing company since 2009. We give you upfront pricing, so you know exactly what you'll pay before we start, and we do everything from drain cleaning to trench and sewer repair. So if you want your plumbing done right the first time, call a plumber, and call the best. Call Gold Seal Plumbing. We're on our way.
Weather Alert Days on 4 News Now.
That means weather that could be a threat to your family's safety.
The First Alert Weather Team pinpoints the most impactful and dangerous days, warning you early, on air and online. Weather Alert Days, another way we're keeping you safe on 4 News Now.
trucks and SUVs at Max Auto Sports during the New Year, New You sales event with rates starting at 1.9%. Cars from $199, trucks and SUVs from $299. Plus, Max lifetime powertrain warranty at no cost. Get what you really want with our best sale ever. Get $5,000 over KBB for your trade. Out with the old and in with the new you. Hurry, it all ends Tuesday, only at Max Auto Sports.
Not attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-435-6817.
The boats are back. It's a live, in-person show. 4 big days, January 26th to the 29th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. From big to small, you'll see it all. Go to SpokaneBoatShow.com.
A new worldwide study now shows COVID vaccines and boosters significantly protect women from complications of the virus while they're pregnant. According to doctors with the University of Washington School of Medicine, COVID vaccines and boosters prevent severe problems in 76% of pregnant women. Here in Washington, though, only about 29% of pregnant women have received the latest COVID booster, which protects against both the original strain of the virus and Omicron.
Increased risk of death ranges from 10 to 20-fold, and in the most recent analysis just published last week, it was about an 8-fold increased risk of death if you're pregnant. It's a really significant problem during pregnancy.
UW Medical School doctors who joined Oxford University in this study say pregnant women should remain vigilant when it comes to COVID, even as more of the general population becomes less concerned with the new variants.
The FDA wants to simplify the COVID-19 vaccine process and make it similar to the way flu vaccine is handled. The plan is to examine COVID strains once a year and decide in June which strains to select for the fall season, much like the process to update flu vaccines. Moving forward, most people may need only 1 dose of a COVID-19 vaccine to restore protection, regardless of how many shots they have already received. 2 doses may be needed for people who are very young and haven't been exposed, or for the elderly or immune compromised.
Tuesday 10-second takeaway is all about another cold day online. We're not going to see much change from where we currently are. Our high today is going to be 31. So those winter layers, especially if you're going to be outdoors for any length of time.
If you're interested in finding a new job, you might want to check out a job fair in Post Falls today. About 40 different companies will be on hand today looking to hire more than 100 people. A job fair, which is hosted by the Idaho Department of Labor, starts at 10 o'clock at the Post Falls local office on North Thornton Street.
Good morning. Northwest time is 6:42.
All right, we'll be back with Mark's full forecast coming up right after the break. Don't go away.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The Spokane Ag Show returns to the Spokane Convention Center February 7th through the 9th. This exciting 3-day event features ag industry vendors, recertification courses, and informative seminars. Returning speakers include weatherman Art Douglas and WSU ag economist Randy Fortenberry. Park free at the Spokane Arena with free shuttle buses to and from the convention center. Visit agshow.org for detailed information and online ticket purchase. Meet, learn, and grow at the 2023 Spokane Ag Show.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Michelle Grove.
As a volunteer board member, Michelle works tirelessly to ensure Sticks diabetes programs can serve children now and for years to come.
It's a volunteer job, but it's so worth every minute we can put into it.
Michelle's been a volunteer with the Sticks program for 7 years. Its mission is to help minimize the impact of diabetes for children and their families. Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
With our huge expansion, Lookout Pass has doubled with 500 acres of new terrain, including 14 new intermediate and advanced trails, plus a second quad lift. Our terrain is twice as big and twice as fun. This is the year to ski Lookout Pass. We still have the best powder. We're still the most affordable with adult tickets as low as $52. And we're still the most fun with friends and family. Make the easy right off the interstate drive to Lookout Pass. Visit skilookout.com for more.
Hi, my name's Tracy. I've been at Wallflowers just starting my 34th year. I think Wallflowers is a shop unlike most that you would find. We're unique in that we have designers on staff to answer your everyday type questions. Because I've been here a long time, I have some great return clients. It's not just a box store you would walk into and not get help. We pride ourselves in trying to help each and every person that walks through the door. And I think that sets us above other places that you might walk into.
Hey folks, Jay Muner here. Northwest Motorsport is celebrating 14 years of trucks, and more trucks. Come check out what's new at Northwest Motorsport. Northwest Motorsport is the best place to buy hundreds of diesel and four-wheel drives in all makes and models. No bones about it. We also have new inventory every day. Come check out what's new at nwmsrocks.com/anniversary. Say big on trucks, and more trucks. And tell them Bone sent ya.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Tin Roof.
It's now 6:45. A blood drive in memory of a local hero. Sergeant Jacob Hess was 22 when he died in Afghanistan, and for years, Lutheran Community Services has hosted a blood drive in his memory.
Sergeant Hess was a blood donor from the age of 16 and even saved a life with a bone marrow donation. Destiny Richards is live with how becoming a donor can pay it forward to others in life-threatening situations.
That's right. This morning we're talking about 2 upcoming blood drives that are in honor of Sergeant Jacob Hess, a local Marine who died in Afghanistan, and he really sets an example for what it means to become a donor. We're here with Audrey Yeager with Vitalant. Just like one can donate bone marrow to save a life like Jacob did, how does donating blood really pay it forward for other people?
Absolutely. So one blood donation can save up to 3 lives in our community. There's many different types of blood donation. Most people tend to do whole blood, which is where we just collect about a pint of blood, and then it can be used to save up to 3 lives. We also collect red blood cells, platelets, and plasma, which can be used for many different purposes, including trauma patients and cancer patients.
All right, and there's just a couple of spots left for these upcoming blood drives, but people can donate blood anytime. What's the best method to go about doing that?
Absolutely. So right now we're in emergency shortage, which means we need all the blood we can get. So we really recommend people schedule an appointment just so we can guarantee you a time slot. But if you want to walk into one of our centers located around town or to one of our blood drives, we're more than happy to take you.
All right, nice. Again, there's 2 upcoming blood drives in honor of Jacob, but anytime you can sign up for an appointment to donate blood. You can get a link to that on this story on KXLY.com. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
That's a great way to make such a big difference.
Oh, for sure.
All right, here is a live look over downtown Spokane, checking out our Tuesday morning. Yeah, nothing too exciting to report, honestly.
No, but this cold snap is coming.
See, we have sort of that, it's cloudy, it's cold, it's going to be warmer tomorrow and the next day, but this is all going to be changing because we're going to see this Arctic air mass that's sitting way to the north, and this high-pressure weekend starts to move around, and we're going to see that move into the Gulf of Alaska. As it does, it's going to allow this to slide in. So by Saturday night, we start to see that colder air, and then by Sunday, it's in, and it's going to stick around for several days next week, which means we're going to see temperatures significantly change, and we'll show you that in just a moment. Right now, today, 31 degrees. Now, a normal high this time of year is 35. So it's going to be on the cold side. It's going to be, winds are going to be light. Tonight, temperatures down to 26. And again, we're going to have mild overnight lows into the mid-20s. Those are normal. So we look at what we have with the satellite and radar. We're seeing the rain coming into Puget Sound. North Cascades picking up some light flurries. We still have snow that probably is going to trickle down into areas of northeastern Washington, North Idaho. Temperatures right now as we get out through the day, 29, 28 into Pullman, Grand Coulee, you're at 30. Winthrop, 17 degrees, still on the cold side. But even Lookout Pass is 24 at that altitude. And road conditions, by the way, are looking pretty good for most of our highways. We look at our 4-day forecast when it comes to the radar. It's North Idaho continuing to really pick up what energy is still there in the clouds. They're going to see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of snow. This is going to continue to move on as we get towards the end of the week. Now Now we start to see this come in. Friday, we're going to see that hang around Friday into Saturday, scattered showers on Saturday, rain, snow mix potential, and then the colder air comes in on the heels of that. So our high today, mid-30s, Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, all the way over into Coeur d'Alene, but officially we'll be at 31. Cheney, you're going to be around 32 degrees. That planning forecast, again, calling for those mid-30s for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We are going to see somewhat of a melt-off. Then we're going to get that light snow Friday into Saturday. It's about a 50% chance, but it looks like it's going to happen. But look at Sunday and Monday. Highs into the teens and the overnight lows into the single digits. So once again, we bring the temperature trend back to show you how we're going to get cold Sunday and Monday with highs of 19 and 18, but forecasting a high of 15 as we get into the middle of next week, and then overnight lows into the single digits. So for those who are in, mobile homes, we're back to where our water could be freezing. We're opening up cabinets in the kitchen, dripping water out of the faucets to make sure they don't freeze.
Last week, we were at like 44.
I know. It was so,
it's like
you were almost to shorts weather. Almost.
So close.
It's now 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint's coming up.
All right, thanks so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by George Geek Kia, Spokane.
What makes a terrific Tuesday, y'all? An all-new Kelly. Give it up for Emma Roberts, everybody. Plus, from Will Trent, Ramon Rodriguez.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
Come on, Lucky Charm. Enough with the textbook.
You're up 1,100 and I got a test tomorrow.
What's more important, me winning a jackpot today or your entire future sometime in the future? Besides, how hard could it be? Go ahead, quiz me.
Fine. What's the square root of 349?
18.682. I just wasted my luck, didn't I?
Communities in School surrounds kids with a community of support to achieve success in school and life.
CIS provides critical resources like food, clothing, and tutoring so kids can focus on their education. CIS helps kids succeed inside the classroom and beyond.
Numerica is honored to partner with organizations like Communities in Schools who enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Life is full of tough times for all of us. And for those struggling with anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, or mental health issues, it can be too much to handle sometimes. Luckily, help and hope are closer than you know. Inland Northwest Behavioral Health provides compassionate inpatient and outpatient care that empowers wellness and inspires hope. Just walk in or call. There's no referral needed. We're here to help. Inland Northwest Behavioral Health. We will get through this. Find out how we can help today.
When you've been seriously injured, choosing the right legal team is the most important decision you'll make. Craig Swap & Associates is a top personal injury law firm for one reason: we win.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured, our team of winning attorneys is here for you. We'll review your case for free and start working immediately to win the compensation you deserve. Craig Swap & Associates, one call, that's all.
Are you ready for winter and unexpected power outages? Talk with the experts at Country Homes Power to find the best fireplace to protect your home, even when the power goes out. Like Valor gas fireplaces. Visit Country Homes Power today.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
6:53 is your time. Let's get you ready to take on your Tuesday here in the Morning Sprint.
Destiny Richards is live at Vitalant with details on a blood drive honoring a fallen Marine from Spokane.
Sydney Charles with the latest details on a series of shootings in California.
But let's get to Mark Peterson with a steady next couple of days in the forecast.
Yeah, we're going to see clouds today. There is no doubt about that in our First Alert Weather. And that First Alert Weather app, still free, still available in your app store. Yeah, we hold on to the cloud cover throughout the day. Some isolated flurries east to the northeast into areas of Washington and Idaho, but that's going to be about it. Temperature-wise, we're going to be continuing into the low to mid-30s. 34 into Coeur d'Alene. Officially, we'll see 31 with 34 downtown. Over the next 12 hours, we're not going to see much change. And our high today is going to be 31, and that's going to be throughout much of the afternoon.
A man accused of killing 7 people at 2 San Francisco area landscaping nurseries is now in custody. The shooting comes less than 48 hours after 11 people were shot to death during a Lunar New Year celebration in Monterey Park, California. Law enforcement responded to 2 fatal shootings at nearby landscaping nurseries in the city of Half Moon Bay yesterday. Just after 2 Monday afternoon, authorities called to one nursery found 4 victims shot to death. Soon after, 3 more people were found shot and killed at another nursery. The suspect arrested for the San Francisco shootings is 67-year-old Chun-Li Zhao. The latest details on Zhao's arrest is coming up next on Good Morning America.
Camp Hope is shrinking at its peak. The camp was home to more than 600 people. Now that number is 138 and dropping. The Department of Transportation reports that more than 48,000 pounds of trash has been removed from the site. It's an improvement, but the efforts to completely clear the land are ongoing. Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward tells us she expects this camp to be completely empty sometime in 2023.
The murder of an 82-year-old man who lived near Deer Park has sparked outrage. The body of Richard Purdy was found in his home the day after Christmas. Now, Purdy's family says they feel let down by the justice system. The Department of Corrections record shows that Alt had 14 felony convictions prior to his most recent arrest in December. After he served 46 months in jail, he was let out on community supervision. A family member of Purdy's is asking for change in the criminal justice system so this doesn't happen in other communities. You can read more details on the family's call for justice right now on KXLY.com.
The names of the 2023 Academy Award nominees have been released. And taking a look now at the nominations for Best Picture: All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis: Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun: Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. Nominees for Best Actor: Austin Butler, nominated for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal in for After Sun, and finally, Bill Nye nominated for the film Living. For Best Actress, Cate Blanchett nominated for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Also, Everything Everywhere All at Once led with 11 nominations. The Oscars is scheduled for March 12th. You can watch the whole thing right here on 4 News Now.
And we've been live at Vitalant this morning talking about 2 upcoming blood drives in honor of Marine Sergeant Jacob Hess. It's from Spokane and donated blood and blood platelets, and bone marrow since age 16. He died in Afghanistan in 2014, but his legacy has been kept alive through community blood drives. 2 are happening in the next couple of weeks. One is in January this week on Thursday, the next on February 12th in honor of his birthday. You can go to our website, KXLY.com, for more information about these events and how to become a blood donor regularly.
The Spokane doctor accused of trying to hire a hitman on the dark web is scheduled to be sentenced today. In August, Dr. Ronald Ilg pleaded guilty to making threats using interstate commerce instead of going to trial for trying to use cryptocurrency to hire a hitman to assault one woman and kidnap and extort another. One of those women was his wife. The prosecutor's asking for 8 years in prison.
Spokane police responded to 3 violent assaults within just hours of each other. The first happened Sunday afternoon around 4 o'clock on West Main downtown, where a 16-year-old suspect was arrested. There were no life-threatening injuries, and it doesn't appear that any of the assaults were related. You can read this full story by going to our website at KXLY.com. We're back with your final look at the forecast with Mark coming up after this.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
At Papa Murphy's, we do more than just pizza. We do meatballs and marinara.
Papa Murphy's does meatballs?
Oh, I think you mean I do the meatballs and marinara?
And how do you do it, Dad?
How do I do it? How do I do it?
Oh, well, we do it with savory ground beef
covered in tangy marinara. That's how, honey.
At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza.
And don't forget the meatballs.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Good morning, everyone. Looking out over downtown, we see the cloud cover, but there's no snow, no fog. Things are looking pretty good this morning. We're not going to see much change in our temperatures. Right now we're sitting at 29, warming to 31 officially. Downtown will be a little warmer. We're going to see the warmer normal temperatures coming in for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday into the mid-30s. It's what happens over the weekend. So we see Friday, Saturday with some light snow coming in. An inch or two right now is what we're looking at. But then the cold Arctic air comes in. Highs during the teens, overnight lows into the single digits.
Get ready to be real cold.
Oh, like it or not, and we don't like it. And we'll be here throughout Good Morning America. It starts now.